There's so much plant chores I'm still looking to get done. So why not do a little plant care vlog this week? I have already started. I did a bunch of things in the kitchen. It's just sometimes it's so handy for me to work in the kitchen, but I'll show you the plants that I've already rehabbed or starting to rehab, but we're going to do this one together. This is my Anthurium Reset in no drainage. I do have a beautiful new leaf. I love how the veining of this plant look. I actually really like this plant. You can't tell by the way I've treated it, but I've checked out on some of my plants. I've already started rehabbing a bunch of them. I'm gonna probably do a separate video about no drainage, Anthuriums in no drainage, but I rehabbed some of them earlier today. This is a serious plant chore week for me, and some of the plant chores I'm not going to do all on camera. I did record me doing the task, but I didn't see anything. I just need to get stuff done. So, but I will be doing this one with you today. This is my Anthurium crystallinum. This is, will you see how much roots? And this is just one part of the plant. This is the other part. This was in here. I actually could not take the plant out of the no drainage container. Okay, let's put this back properly. I couldn't unpot the plant out of the no drainage container, so I had to cut the roots, like cut into it because it wouldn't come out. I actually had to throw 2 of the containers away with substrate in it. I just couldn't get it out, and it's just no point. This is the Clarinervium. This is the crystallinum. I don't have a Clarinervium. I actually want one, but not anytime soon. I have my Alociasha Reset. I do like this plant only because it's like dark foliage, and I mean this one too, dark foliage. I like dark foliage plants. They're not my #1 favorite, maybe second runner-up. So Alociasha Reset. I also rehabbed this. The Alociasha Pink Dragon from my friend Natalie. This one, it was in a glass container. I don't have the glass container here. It kind of just popped out of there. I thought it was going to be really difficult to take out, but it was just really rotted. So that's kind of why it just popped out. I did get 2 corms from the Cupria, and they're in here. I'll have to kind of pot them up later. And this is my Anthurium magnificum that was already just giving me a new leaf. All right, I'm gonna need my potting mat for this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. What I'm gonna do with this one is chop off all these dead leaves. I do want to save this. Actually, I probably don't need to cut it off. I can just pull it out. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's another new leaf coming in right there. I'm not going to touch that one. Oh. There's another new leaf coming there. I'm not going to chop it all the way. There's this one had a flower. I've left that part where the leaves are going to come off and the new growth. All right. The other Anthuriums definitely had I just didn't really take good care of it, but I do want to make a no drainage experience video for my Anthuriums. I do have some things to say about it, so hopefully I will be able to do that. I have a lot of videos coming out this month. There's a lot of leca pieces in here. Oh, oh my gosh, did I snap it off? Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 plants in here. Reviving them and selling off some of the plants in my neighborhood. I'm gonna try. I feel like Anthurium magnificum in my area would be a treat to have, you know. Let me pull you back so you can see all this drama going on. Okay, I'm excited to do a plan chore vlog just so I can get a bunch of stuff done that I need to. I don't think this... Oh, I'm making a mess. The Alocasia in no drainage had a lot of rot issues, a lot of rot. And then there was something like floating around in the soil, like it was alive. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that was like, I'm going to have to look it up. Maybe it was springtails. I didn't take a video of it. I kind of wish I did. Oh, I think this is going to come out. Yes. Okay. I broke off some of the roots. You know, I haven't found any... Okay, yeah. There is some rot in this one. I haven't found rot in the other Anthuriums that I've kind of rehabbed. I was kind of shocked about that. This is what that looks like. The root ball is so... The root ball on these Anthuriums in no drainage is too much. It is so much. I'm going to see if I could just... Okay. No drainage Anthuriums. I think they just grow... They go wild with roots. Like more so than something in no drainage. Probably because we're repotting it a lot more. This one, I think, has been a year. No drainage. And I don't know why I'm doing all this because I'm chopping it. Where I'm just going to I just kind of wanted to see what the roots look like. But we're chopping that. I'm going to just regrow the roots. It's just, it's so much. We're going to wash this up. And can I separate them? All these extra plants grew out of it. I can probably... Oh, I can separate it. Look at that. I got all these... Oh my gosh. Totally separating them. So far, no drainage. I don't like it for Anthuriums at all. I can see a temporary setup for plants to revive them and rehab them. But definitely not for me to grow in because like there's so much root, so much. This is nothing compared to, oh, and look, it's the root from my first repot. This is like that ball right there, and these are the roots from the no drainage. They kind of went a little wild. I'm gonna get this washed, and I'm gonna have a lot of rehab this year. Not really proud of that, but, you know, sometimes that's what happens. I did do something. I bought these things, a net pot, and I wonder if I can put these in here and get them rehabbed in leca. I don't know. It's a thought. That's a thought. I actually have my, hold on. I have one of my Crimson Queen in here. I thought I like made the holes a little bigger and plopped it in water. It just seems to be kind of convenient. If I do get roots, and then if I can always like snip away some of the netting to take it out if there's too much roots. But I'm hoping this kind of like gives me an anchor to get to when I propagate in water. Some of my Hoyas, you know, the leaves are like this, and I can't put it in a pot. But using that is kind of helping. This does not smell rotted. It just smells earthy. So that could be a plus. I have so much leca in here. Oh, to take out the leca, I'm never going to do this no drainage ever again. But once these plants get bigger, you will not find me a no drainage. No, I just, too much. I think like it saved me some time, but now I have to rehab all of them. This didn't really help me. I tried it and I think like, no, just no, not for me. I'm going to take as much leca as I can, but I'm not going to. I just don't have the time. Like right now I have to cook and do some things around the house, and I can't just do plant chores all day. I've been neglecting my household duties because I have a lot of things getting reset right now. But today's Monday, and let's see what the rest of the time holds for us. You know, one of the secrets of plant chores is start with 1 and then you end up doing like 7, because that's what happened. I actually started with 2 and then I just kept going, and I think that's what I need to start doing from now on. I wish I can get someone to come help me pick off leca pieces from this. I think I used to try to get every piece, but just not anymore. I can't. I mean, I'm never doing this again. So, never doing a setup like this again, ever. I don't know. Maybe something good will come out of this. My plants will revive happier. Is there anything? See, this is what happens. You start with 1 and you want to keep going. Is there any other plants I want to rehab before I close out for this section? Because I'm going to see you tomorrow. Okay, maybe I should do this one. This one's the Anthurium. I think it's the Forgetii and the Dorayaki cross. There is lots of pups in here. I think I'm just going to do it. I'm going to have to close this because I don't even have a trash container in here of... This one's in pond, and another regret, I'm not going to save the pond. I'm going to chuck it. I don't have time to like, because I would want to boil it. I don't have time for that. I wonder, let's see if I can just pull it out. Oh, no. Nope. Oh, this is unloading quite. It's so dry. I watered this. I did. Not enough. I'm glad that all the leaves are quite healthy. Oh wow. Okay, so there's some dry rot. Yeah, there's dry rot. Okay. There's a lot of plants though. Oh, that's too bad. The ones in soil was hydrated. The ones in pond dry rotted. Okay. I think we'll never do that again. Okay, so I'm just gonna separate what I can. Oh wow. Yeah, look at how the pups just pop out of there. That is one thing. What happens when you grow in no drainage, what I found is that there's lots of pups. Probably because the plant needs to be repotted. Okay, so I'm so glad I did that. So all of my anthuriums, oh man, just like that, they have been unpotted. A little Anthurium bouquet. How cute. All right. Look at the pot. That's disgusting. Never again. Nope. Won't do it again. Okay. I'm going to get this cleaned up and I'm going to see you tomorrow. It's dark. It's dark in here. Dang it. Is that better? I think that's a little better. Anyway, today's Friday. 3 days is missing, and I'll explain why. I have 2 posted of notes, things to talk about and things to do. The lighting here is very poor, and I apologize for that in advance, but I don't know, maybe you guys can listen to me while you do other things. And because we're going to be doing plant chores. Okay, so the to-dos today is pot up my Linearis. That is over, where is my Linearis? It's over there. Yeah, that's where it is. And then pot up some more plants. I need to make a big bin of moss. So that's what I'm doing today. That's what we're doing, but I'm chatting. We're going to talk about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, what happened and why I went missing. So I'll catch you up. I think I'm going to have to go into the basement. I hate the basement so much. I was thinking about that last night. I was thinking of a solution for the problem I have here. So one of my problems, here, I'll show you. So I cleaned this area this morning at 6:30, and it was wild because I did plant chores yesterday, didn't film. I was trying to figure out how to get the rehabs that I'm doing in a place that is suitable. This is my office, sewing room, filming space, and plant room. I cannot add another thing to this room like a rehab area. Now, having this much here of a rehab area is okay. But yesterday it was like the whole thing was full, plus my office table. Oh, you know what? I gotta tell you, I moved. I was in a closet with my computer, but I moved out and I'm back here because I got a giant monitor. I used to have a giant monitor when I worked at my last job. I had 2 monitors, so I had 3 monitors. For one thing, I'm looking for remote work. So to do remote work, you actually need to have these monitors. Some companies will supply the monitor, but some don't. So I'm just preparing in advance. I'm still job hunting, by the way. It is crickets, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna go to the basement and get a giant plastic bin and cover. That's what I need to do. So I might just take off my microphone. Don't let me forget it. Don't let me forget this because I'm gonna forget it. Oh, the tea's already getting warm, not hot anymore. Okay, I have a bin. It had, oh boy, of course you don't see all of these things. There's webbing. I'll have to rinse it off. There was a cricket in here and I screamed, but okay, so I'm going to use this as a moss bin. This cover doesn't really fit it's completely, but that's okay. It covers it still, leaving some gaps, which is fine because I want airflow. So I went up the stairs, so give me a minute to catch my breath. So my idea is to put moss here at the bottom and use this as my propagation rehab bin, as well as the other bin I have. That other bin is the bin with the pond, and yeah, there's pond in that one, and I think there might be one with leca, I don't know. But this one will have moss. I just think moss does such a great job of rooting. And I used to have a moss bin a long time ago, back in the day when I was still propagating things. But now that I'm fully rehabbing plants, I have some anthuriums that need to get roots, and those anthuriums are gonna go in soil. So I'm okay with making that those anthuriums root in moss. So this is the moss I used in that snail roll. Okay, we got that. So I'm just going to put this aside. I guess I could do that. I can do this now. And then I will go ahead and sit down and do like repots and stuff. I also need to put some plant name tags up. I've took the time to write out some plant tags and haven't put it up yet. So we'll do that together as well. It is plant chores, finishing the plant chores. I can't wait to tell you guys what happened. All right, so I'm going to line up this moss. I actually moved some things around. I just love that I have space. Oh, I love that I have space again. I didn't have space for the longest because I was rehabbing things. Next week on the channel, I will be doing a microscope video where I'm going through my plants to look for pests. And it's not just going to be Hoyas that I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at other plants as well. So it's like, how can I make that video more interesting than just me looking at plants for pests? But I guess I can, I don't know. I was thinking of doing it as a live so I can chat with you guys. But I'm not sure what to do yet. If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. I'll probably speed up some of this, but I got some anthuriums. The Anthurium forgetii, which is this one, and I have a stump of the forgetii, and I have forgetii cross with Doriaki. So I have four of these. And they need to go in here. I just can't have this around in the room. Put them in here and get them situated. So that's what we're going to do today. I have some other plants, other anthuriums that I took out of no drainage, and we'll be putting that in here as well for them to root. So yeah, we're going to do that. And some alocasias as well. After I finish this, I might have to look at my footage to see when I filmed it. So we're just gonna plop them in here and get them. I did rehab my Alocasia zebrina in here. I think I got a ton of corms from it. I got about 6 or 7. I don't really remember. I have that in the IKEA cabinet, but this is what I'm left with. I'm tempted to put it in here, but I am gonna just do it in water. So like if there's a plant that is here rehabbing in something like this, I'm okay with. If there's like 20 of these, that is where I'm not okay with. So one is okay. So I have these in here. I think I have the dragon scale and this Anthurium magnificum in water, and I think I'm okay with leaving it in water. Anything else that needs to go in here? You know, there's a propagation jar that I have. I need to go through that jar to see what can go in here, and then because I'm piling things on and it's a small jar. That's what I was using to propagate, and like things that I find in the, like when I rehab or when I do plant chores and I have like a wet stick, I just drop it in there, and that's kind of like my limit to what I used to propagate. Now it's gotten bigger because I'm rehabbing. So I also, oh look, there's another Anthurium in here. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, this one's another Anthurium magnificum. This one is yeah. I'm going to put this one in moss as well. This is the Alocasia cuprea that I rehabbed. That was in no drainage, and I'm going to leave it in water. So maybe I can just go through the jar with you and talk about some things that happened this week. That's what I'll do. All right, so I gotta clean up though. I can't just start another project. I gotta move this away and clean up. my jar. This is the jar I've been using where I find I'm doing plant chores and I see something that I can either propagate or try. I just drop it in here, and this was like my limit, but then I had to rehab a bunch of stuff, so my limit got a little bigger. So I was thinking I would put these in that bin that I have down here. So we'll just go through this together. This is the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma that I chopped up yesterday actually, and I just dropped it in here, but I have a lot of cuttings. I think like this one, I might try with this plant again, but there's like a lot of wet sticks here. But I thought this one would be one that I would give away this in my neighborhood if anybody wants it, to get to know my neighborhood community better. So this will I'll probably do this in summer, but I have a lot. There's a lot of wet sticks in here. So do you want to see what's in here? These are all the stuff I have in here. There's some Hoya stems that I have in here that are as rooting. This one's not rooting. So that's gonna go in the trash. This as well. I bet you this was one of my the black margin Hoya that died off. There's roots over here of some Hoya stems that I have. And see, there's some roots. I'm gonna leave this in there. See if that does anything. This one's nothing's happening to it, but it's the Calliciphylla that I had. But that's gonna go in the bin as well. And this, there's nothing happening to this. Okay, that's gonna be in the trash. This, oh yeah, this is an Anthurium luxurians that I had that was in Leca. Oh, you know what? Let me put these in the bin. I'm just dropping it in there. This is the Anthurium luxurian. I had it growing in Leca, and it just didn't love it at all. So I am going to put this in a bin as well. See if it will come back. This is, I think this was the Alociasha dragon scale. Okay, so I have like my Hoya optimistic that I had in water. You know, I think I'm going to put this in a prop box and see and hope for the best and see what happens. I have another one. I haven't done this in a while where I put moss in a bin and I kind of propagate things. I think I had a bin for over a year propagating things in there a few years ago. Okay, so here's another Hoya optimistic I have, and this one has rooted into the fluval. I don't want to break any roots. Oh, yes. See, this one's rooted. I think I'm going to put this one back in here where one is in the moss and the other one is in the jar. Okay, there's a begonia in here that's really rooted. Oh boy, it has made an actual new plant. When I had it, oh gosh, I don't want to pull. Another Rhaphidophora. How much of these plants do I have? And I have another one that I'm giving away in the kitchen. Oh, what is this? What is this? It's an Alociasha corm. An all white leaf. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to kind of plop it back in. Sorry for oh, and I have another corm in here. I think I might have just plopped some of my corms in here that I just like rehabbed. I don't want the space to just be overrun with wet sticks. I have a lot of Micans wet sticks because I propagated that plant earlier this year. I'm gonna leave that begonia in there. Oh, it looks so nice in there. I love it. I think this might be this all white leaf Alociasha might be a Frydek or something like that. I can actually plop this in my self-watering planter. Oh, what is this? I didn't want that to happen. Dang it. All right. just do that for now. So I don't know. I think that was the begonia I pulled up. Okay. All right. It'll give me a chance to take out all the Mykin's wet sticks from here and put it in the moss bin. The corms have already started. Man, I just put corms in here. Wow. Okay. Put the optimistic roots in so that could be covered. Wet stick. Oh, come on. All right, let's see. Oh, another corm. That's what was getting tangled. Man, propagating corms in here doesn't take long at all. All right, this is what's getting tangled. This is another Mykin's, I think. Yes, that's Mykin's as well. This one's a begonia that I am going to plant. I'm gonna plant this. It's so pretty. A begonia white ice. I wonder if I can put that in a terrarium. Maybe I could do that today. All right, we have corms in here, and I think I'm just gonna let it continue to grow. So yeah, let's just do that. Oh, and oh yeah, that other corm with the white leaves. Let's plant that back in here. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to put this in my self-watering planter, and let's just put it right there. Okay, that looks a lot better, and I think I'm okay with that. This is going to get potted up in a little bit. Let me clean this up, and then I'm going to just start potting things up, and then I can talk to you guys. I'm glad I was able to put that begonia in the terrarium. Now, this is all the fluval and perlite I have. So I'm not going to be able to plop these up in my self-watering pot. I guess I could do like maybe one. Yeah, I could just do one. There's like crumbs. I can actually put this fluval in there. Like I bought fluval, but it's not coming until June because the fluval is basically not available right now. So, oh, there was a corm in here. Crap. Let's just plop that corm right in that propagation bin and plop this one up. I think this is a fry deck. What I'll do, I'll just do this one. That is all I could do, I guess. And this is kind of how I set up my alocasias when they sprout. So this one I can just put back in there. And if I have any like props that I want to grow or corms, I will just plop it in here. And I cover it and I leave it. But one of the things that I do often is I give it some airflow. So, we're going to put this back. All right, I haven't told you what happened yet with my week. So let's go through the list. Tuesday, well, I pot up my Hoya Linearis and my Hoya Bella. There's Hoya Bella cuttings in here as well. I'm going to put it in pon. I think that would be best for my Hoya Linearis. That's what I'm thinking. Let me separate the cuttings because this is the Hoya Bella. There's so much in here. Oh man. Okay. I've been struggling with spider mites again. But I'm not as alarmed as I used to be when I have spider mites. So I'm just checking some plants. So there's lots of roots in the Bella. And one is actually going to bloom, which is so weird. And they've been in water. So transitioning this to pond would work. And I'm thinking I might, oh boy. Oh no. Okay. This Hoya, this Linearis rotted. I'm just so sad. Okay, this one, there's a little molding going on because oh gosh, this plant was my favorite plant. I think take this to the kitchen and just rinse it off. It's just like I had the propagations like clipped onto orchid clip, but I don't think it liked that at all. The Bella rooted really good. I think what I need to do is go to the kitchen and just rinse everything off. Or I don't think there's a lot of roots in here. I'm gonna have to like repropagate things, which is kind of sad. All right, so this is not how I wanted this video to be. Well, that was a bit of a disaster because there was rot in here as well. The Hoya Linearis had rot. Now, the Hoya Bella had absolutely no rot. That rooted splendidly, but the Hoya Linearis is the one that had a lot of issues. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was some roots in here. This had been propagating since February. And limited amount of roots. Like these are the kind of roots I have. Oh, what is that? But it's some roots. So I'm gonna, the ones that's like this, I'm just gonna pot them up in my little planter with pon. But the ones that still no roots, I'm gonna put it back in water. Like I had to cut off a lot of the rot. So, you know, all right, so I'm gonna just make sure I have no leaves on the areas that I do want to put in pon for the other ones, like that. I'm going to try to propagate it again. I'm not sure what happened. I am thinking, I don't know if I had too much water in it or too less. Like, I have no idea. I'm used to water propagating Hoya Linearis. So like these are the kind of, look at that kind of roots I have. I'm just not used to that. I think it's either like the rot. I had issues with like the plant is still like struggling because of the rot. I don't know, but there's some, like I have some, so I'm going to pot up some today and then continue water propagating the rest because I want this plant. I want to save it. It's just like, I don't really understand what the heck, man. Yeah, that's root. That's a nice water root. But it's like not, it's not big at all. And I think I'm just gonna pot the ones that I see roots on. Okay, so let me just continue working here and tell you the things that happened. Let me go back to Monday. After like Monday, when Monday came, I was just ready for the week. I had like my week planned out. I was able to record at the start of the vlog and I had intentions of getting so many things done this week. After I finished recording, I cooked and I meal prepped like 3 or 4 different meals, which, I mean, that is just great. Like, that is what I just can't believe what, like, the kind of roots I have. I don't know if it was just the plant was still just struggling. I have some what is it called? I have some hydrogen peroxide in the water to prevent future rot, because when I was washing the Linearis, I noticed, I'm going to put this in my jar. I'm going to put this in my jar, and I have like a little one as well. I'm going to put that in my jar too. See what happens. Why not? So I just had, a plan for the week, and it was good. Monday night came, and James and I went to bed early because we just wanted to he was just tired and wanted to get a better start for the day on Tuesday. I stayed up a little later and did a little editing, not a lot of editing, but I did some. Okay, so these are all the ones that did not have roots. And these are the ones that has some roots. I'm not used to this. I want to make sure you all are in there. Okay. All right, we're trying this again. After I finished editing, I went to bed. It was like, I think it was 9:30 when I went to bed. So next thing I know, someone is standing over me at the edge of the bed and just standing there. I woke up startled, and I screamed on the top of my lungs 3 times. If you know me well, you know I have night terrors. I get really bad dreams, and I wake up screaming. Anyway, I've always woke up screaming or fighting. So I wake up, and I didn't know if I was like still sleeping. All I know is that there was someone standing over my bed, not saying anything. And I just screamed on top of my lungs. I think the whole thing lasted about 5 seconds or 6 seconds. But at the third scream, I turned on the light, and it was James. And I'm like, what the heck? And he said, I called you, I touched your feet, and you didn't wake up until just now. And he's been calling me, and I've not heard anything. I was in the deepest sleep of my life, I guess. Well, Lobo had a seizure, and James was calling for me, but I just didn't hear anything. So, and we have that baby monitor and everything, and I heard nothing. So I think James said he called for me 5 times, and at the 6th time, he came to the room and touched my feet. That's when I woke up. I think I introduced my dogs in the last Talking Head video I did. So Lobo and Sachi are American Akitas, and Lobo has epilepsy. So it was 67 days with no seizures, and that was as long as he's ever went. And we had to break it again and go back to 0. So usually when Lobo has a seizure, it's like 2 days of just, we have to give him medication, like extra medication on time, every 8 hours. And we had to go to bed later. And like after the seizure, there's like hours of just, stuff. We didn't go to bed again until like way after midnight, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And you don't really sleep well if you get woken up abruptly, thinking there's some kind of intruder at the bed. So Tuesday, we could not function. And I just don't function well when I don't sleep. So Tuesday, James stayed home from work, and I just took the day off. I didn't record or do anything else. So that kind of what happened. Oh, this doesn't have any roots. Oh, there's like a little root. I'm gonna put this back. Okay, so Wednesday came, kind of recovered, and I had plans to continue to vlog, but like the vlog is not gonna come out until next week. So I was like, wait, I need to like get a video out. Like, what? I had plans, I had this whole week planned, and just one day just really messed me up. So I decided to do a houseplant walkthrough. At least there was new growth on this one. So I decided to do a houseplant walkthrough. The houseplant walkthrough videos are really easy to film. I was able to film and edit the same day on Wednesday. When James came home from work, he did like the dishes and stuff and cleaned the kitchen for me. So, you know, it was a team effort in order to get that video out. That's what I did on Wednesday. And I think Wednesday as well, I was supposed to water, but this plant propagated like all the way in water, and there's all these wet sticks like roots on the top. So I'm gonna have to, I think I'm just gonna put this one in that jar that I have to continue rooting. Maybe each node will give me a new plant. I'll have multiple plants of this, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Okay, is this gonna hold? Yes, that is gonna hold. Okay. Oh. A leaf flew out. Oh wow. All right, so I feel a little better now that I kind of have this plant back. I need to water it, and I have like this and all this. Yeah, I need to pot up the Bella, and that's gonna actually have to go in soil in a deep pot because it's like so much empty stem. That's just how I unfortunately did the plant. Okay, so Wednesday, so I did that. I did the houseplant walkthrough. I did everything in one day. And I didn't finish everything until like 7:30 at night. And I think I started 9 o'clock in the morning and finished. That's how long it took me to film, edit, and get the video out on YouTube. Because sometimes when you're uploading a long video on YouTube, the processing time takes a really long time. So I think the processing time for that video took about an hour and a half. I added music at the end. And that's probably one of the reasons why it took so long. Thursday was when I started watering. My watering, I was going to get on camera, get back into the vlog, do water, and go back into some like rehabs. Well, my watering turned into like going straight into the rehab, and I just couldn't film. There was no space. Everything was chaotic. And then James came home. I had to like stop what I was doing to take care of things in the kitchen and then come back to watering. That's one of the things that happens to me when I'm watering. I have to stop watering and do other things and then come back. I have to like switch. I can't just do one thing. That's probably where a lot of my issues with like inconsistency happen, because, you know, I would like to just water. And I think like usually James bowl on Wednesday, and he didn't bowl this Wednesday. So which is why another reason why things just got thrown off the schedule. So that was my week. And here we are today. I am going to pot up the Bella. I wanted to pot it up in Pond. You know, I'm going to pot it up in Pond in here. And leave like a water. I wanted to do this one in Pond to see how it was going to do, but I don't have a big enough self-watering pot. Okay, all these self-watering pots I have that could have fit this one, I'm already using. and I don't have a new one. So either they're too small like this or way too big. So I might just put it up in no drainage, which it's not going to be permanent. So I think that's what I'll do. I don't even know if I have enough pond. I don't know if I have enough either. No, I don't really have enough. Damn it. This is sucking on all levels. I have unwashed leca, and I'm just not going to go and wash it because it's going to disturb the dogs too much. So what I'll probably, maybe I'll do this. Oh, that doesn't even go to the bottom. But I can turn this into a little self-watering setup if I wanted to, right? So it's like a really high water level. I think maybe I'll do that. I think I'll do that. I don't know. Let's just try something crazy. I don't know if it's going to work because then I can just like transition it to a bigger pot once, because I have like a really nice big pot for these when they get bigger. So I think that's what I'll do. Let's see. I'm going to put 2 of these. I think I might just do this weird setup. Okay, this is weird. But we got some plants. I don't think I'm able to do a week-long plant chore video. There's all this pond that fell out because it's too small. I don't think I'm able to do that. It's just I think some people could do it, but I can't. I just have like there's too much mixture of things happening, especially with the dogs. So maybe next time I do a vlog, it would just be for a few days, or maybe just a day. I don't know. Yeah. I have so much Hoya Bella now. I have two plants out, and now I have a third one. I'm definitely going to be propagating more and giving them away. Okay, that is kind of weird, but whatever. I can't really be picky right now with the way my plants are. So these are gonna go right now in that jar to see if I can get some plants from it. So I don't know if this video is gonna do well. Probably not, because plant chore videos don't do kind of well on my channel. And it is what it is. Like, I'm a small channel that is trying to be full-time because I'm still not working. That is why. That's why you've been seeing a lot of videos from me, because I'm trying to kind of get the algorithm juices going to get some more videos out so I can earn. It's not been anything near full-time at all, but I'm still very small, and I have other things going on. Like, I have that plant consultation session that I started for free. Like, a few of you say to start to charge, and I don't feel comfortable charging yet because I need to see if this is something that is even in demand. And then while I see if it's in demand, I can do some research for videos later on the channel. I did get someone put an appointment in, which is so exciting, and they have questions on the Thanksgiving cactus. So, and I have one, and I've had it since it was a baby, a cutting to a big plant. So I have some experience there, but I will be doing some research for her. It's very exciting. So yeah, it's good. There's a lot of good things happening, in spite of all the bad things that's happening. So that is some things that's happening here. I still have a lot of things to do, but all right. So what I'm going to do is get some cuttings that I want to propagate for my friends and put them in this moss bin. Got this. This is the Hoya Linearis. It doesn't look like much, but I am putting it in here to propagate in moss. See if that does well and grow. We'll see. I do want to chop up some of my Hoyas that I have here in water. Let's see if they can propagate in moss. Let's do this one. Is there any root? There is still no roots. Oh, that's insane. It's just crazy. I just don't understand. Water propagation takes forever. So we're gonna just, okay, so there, is that like the start of a root? Maybe I should just not put that one in the moss. This is the Crimson Princess. Okay, there's the start of a possible root as well. Okay, so I guess it's just gonna take a while. I mean, I already know that because like there was one time I had a Hoya in water for I think like 6 months, and that's when I got roots. So this is the, I don't know, I'm gonna pull this out. I don't know if there's anything happening. Oh, okay. Well, there's no, that's aerial root. There's rot. One of my favorite Hoyas. I'm gonna just cut this up into chunks. And put it in here. See if that is going to propagate. I'm just like waiting forever, and like look at all the peduncles. See if that's gonna do anything. And I'm gonna end up having so much plants of this. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna try this again. So I'm gonna stick this in the water because there's all these peduncles in here. I'm gonna stick it in this pot right here. Yeah, we'll stick it in there. Anything else? Okay, so there's some, oh my gosh, there's some roots like almost growing. I'm gonna stick that one in here. Look at all the peduncles I have on this plant. We're gonna stick it back in water and see what happens. Absolutely nothing is happening in water. We're gonna just put it in moss. So the only root that I have on any of my Hoyas, there's some roots here. It's minimal. I think this is what I'll do to this one. I'm so sorry that this video is not more interesting. I mean, I had plans for it to be more interesting, but with the kind of current events that I had to deal with this week, it just wasn't as interesting. I'm very sorry. I am going to do another plant chore video where I answer some questions that you guys had in the next coming weeks. So if you have more questions, you can just add it to this comment section as well for the video. I'm just, you know, trying to rehab tons of plants. I don't know where my bigger chunk pond is at this present time, which is why I'm using like leca, but I'm trying to take away those really big ones. I have to kind of water it outside at first because I have to rinse the pond that I have in here. So we're going to have to water it outside. But Crimson Queen, another one, because I have one already in pond and now there's another one. I'm going to have so much plants. So much plants. Thanks so much for hanging out in this weird video. If you've made it all the way to the end, tell me, because I I don't know. It's not very interesting. I'm sorry. But if you got some work done while you were hanging out with me, that is awesome. I will keep you posted on this sad plant. I don't know why it's just not doing much. I do have to put name tags on my plants, but I'll just do that for another day. I'm going to cut this video off for now. If you stayed all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it. Kind of wanted this video to be a little bit more interesting, but here we are. Thanks for hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and always remember you are loved. And if you have any questions for my repot and chat video, please put it in the comments. I will be happy to answer any questions you have about anything. It'll be fun to kind of make it a video that you're involved with. So, okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.